Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Stock Market Morning Prep video for Wednesday, September 17th. We had green across the board. Dow Jones up 100, S&P up 1485, NASDAQ up $33.86, and of course the IWMs continue to show relative weakness to the other five indices that we follow. So we have to watch this closely here because at any given moment, if the Russell really starts to break down, it is now approaching the 200-day moving average again, while the others are starting to make new highs. We had FedEx report this morning up about 2.5–3%. That's going to help the markets at least at the opening. Transports continue to be on fire. So let's see what's going to stop to derail this this move in the transports. It's really pretty amazing stuff here, guys. So we have the Fed concluding today. Let's watch and see what kind of language they put out. And let's see, really, the bottom line is how the markets react, okay? Let's go right into the charts here. Nothing really has changed. We just continue to go floundering back and forth to this area, and I'm going to show that to you in the ES. Right now we have the dollar index, and I think last week I showed you this band of resistance in the dollar, and I said watch this because this at any given moment we get a little bit of a pullback in the dollar. We should get some at least short-term strength, or at least a bounce in commodities, especially crude oil. Well, let me show you crude. Crude oil here had a massive bounce yesterday, and now we are approaching this downtrend channel in this deep purple. Okay, now is it time to really get load up long? No, not at all. We are still in this downtrend, but this is getting more interesting. And if you were to pay attention to crude oil, you would notice that some of the oil stocks actually had a very nice day. And this is SLB. You had Halliburton, all of the oil services names that did well. Excuse me. HAL for the last couple of days, that did very well here, as did Baker Hughes, and of course EOG. So pay attention to them because they've been really beaten down pretty hard. Where you can get a 2, 3, 4 day rally and even maybe a trend change. Now they're all doing very well. And don't forget, you still have the geopolitical tensions, which really they have pretty much put it off to the side. They have they meaning the market participants could really care less about what's going on abroad. And they continue to push crude oil lower. But let's see what happens here in the next few days. I do think we're gonna see some good continued setups in the names that I just showed you. Now let's get right to the market here. So what do we have here? We have consolidation. Here's the daily chart, and I just cleaned it up. I just wanted to show you how really where we have gone nowhere in the last 10–12 days. We do have this move up from yesterday. So let's see if this market can continue and really have some legs here. Let me move this back up and let me show you the. Here we go. And this is where we are now, and you can see that we really haven't gone anywhere. We broke down, we came back up again, but we've been in this base pretty much for the last 10, 12, 13 trading days. Now you do see that how we have some melted candles here, some dojis, and then we have these bigger moves. So volatility is definitely picking up here. And when that happens, you're going to have the markets are going to tell me that we're ready to vacate the area. So whether we go up or down, really no one knows at the moment. As you can see, that's why I mentioned let's not get short down here. Let's not get long here at the moment. Let the market tell us exactly what it wants to do. And if it does break out, you're going to get at least a back test. And then at that higher low from the previous area here, once we do clear this, that should give us a clue that we're actually moving up higher to making new highs, okay? If you look at the hourly chart, I don't have the hourly chart here, but okay, let's take a look at the diamonds. You can see the diamonds here. I put this bull flag in yesterday, and we just exploded to the upside. We do have this double top here, but we have a major engulfing candle with a lot of volume, so I would not be looking to short here at this double top area. I do think that the markets are probably going to run up higher, but again, with the Fed concluding their meeting today, anything can happen, okay? So just keep that in mind. Here is the canary in a coal mine, if you will. We had this bull flag, we broke out of it, we failed miserably, we rolled right over. So as the other indices are breaking to the upside, or at least trying to, we have the IWM starting to break down again. So it's very interesting, and this is a good gauge of risk, guys. You could see money's coming out of the IWM. Now, if we just get a rotation in asset funds, then it's different. Then we can roll out of the IWMs and put money to work somewhere else. Long as money's not coming out of the market, then the market should be steady, and we should start making some moves higher yet again. I do think that the markets are in dire need of rest. I think the markets are in dire needs of a pullback, some sort of a correction. But if we do not get a correction, and there's nothing really that we can do, we just need to unfortunately trade the markets with less exposure until we get up there. If you look at the stocks all day, most of these stocks really are just are tired. And when you have stocks like Netflix breaking down, Priceline breaking down, LinkedIn, Tesla down $35, those are the high beta names that really lead the markets, and they're not leading right now. So there's a little bit of a slight shift here. We need to see if that shift is going to be to the downside and or to the upside. Let me show you the transports here. You can see that. Looks like to me we're probably going to tag this 1272 extension probably today, as long as FedEx doesn't sell off, because it is one of the bigger components in the transportation sector. So let's see if this has legs, and we at least tag this 1272 extension. And as you can see here, we literally just ran up higher and higher. We sold off for a couple of days on very low volume, and we exploded higher yet again. So let's just keep an eye on the transports. Remember, if the transports are bid up, you're not going to get that sell-off, so I would not be looking to short anything here. At least not yet. Let the Fed get out. Let them post their minutes and their questions and their Q&A, and let's see if the language does change, okay? And let's move on to, here's the hourly chart, excuse me. Chart's got a little bit in disarray here. All right, so here's the hourly that I was trying to show you. Let me move that down to here. And as you can see, we did break down, and we just exploded higher, and now we're back into this consolidation area for the last 10 trading days. So now we still have a lot of work to do to move to the upside, but this is a important low, I do think, for now, that we have this higher low from this previous low, and we're back into the channel again. So let's see if we continue to move higher. And again, today's going to be, news trumps the chart, so to speak. So just be careful out there. I wouldn't be risking too much out there until we get a good read on what the markets are doing. They're a little bit sloppy at the moment. And lastly is the Qs. As you can see here, we sold off to the 34 EMA on the daily chart, and then we just chugged along back up yesterday. So quick recap, watch the leaders such as Netflix, the LinkedIns, the Priceline, the Tesla, Apple, the high beta names starting to sell off. Let's see if they can catch a bid, and if they do catch a bid, and then we get the IWMs to reverse as well, then I think you might have a move higher. Keep an eye on the oil sector and the oil stocks. I do like them for a trade. Wouldn't get long them. In the longer term picture, if you are long and you're a longer term investor, nibbling on oil at these areas, as long as you know that oil may get down to 88, I think it's a good. I still think that would be a good trade for the long term. For the short term, you're going to want to stick with something like this for a day or two. Remember, we are at downtrend resistance in crude oil, so we could easily roll. But when we do roll, let's see if that makes a higher low from that previous low that was just made a couple days ago. Have a great day, everybody. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care.